Hello everybody, it's the Lawn Gnome, and welcome to your November 2016 Throwback Day. And today we're going to take a look at a very well-known film, especially considering the fact that this November we are in an election year, so of course a movie that revolves around politics couldn't be more appropriate. And that of course is the Frank Capra-directed Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, starring Jimmy Stewart. Now of course these two gentlemen worked together on It's a Wonderful Life, another one of the greats in Hollywood film, and this is the story of a man who is brought into the Senate by all these politicians that are looking to put a project forward, and they felt that in order to do so, they need a pushover to be put into the Senate office for that state, so they could basically do whatever they want and make Mr. Smith their puppet. But basically, when Mr. Smith is officially a senator, and he starts finding out what these government officials are truly about, he realizes that that is not the way that America is supposed to be, and he chooses to stand up and fight back. Now, this is a very well-known film and very beloved among many. It is also one of Jimmy Stewart's greatest moments in Hollywood history because Mr. Smith's character has that very long diatribe on the Senate floor close to the end of the film, and that's one of the greatest moments in film history. But for me, it is a good film, but it's not one of the most enjoyable films that I have seen, and I said the same thing about It's a Wonderful Life, not saying that the movie is not enjoyable, but just Jimmy Stewart himself is really not someone that I really enjoy watching. Maybe it's his overacting because I really think that he does overact, or maybe it's because of the fact that I did find some of this story rather boring because it is an easy-to-follow story. It's a very interesting story that looks into government corruption, who looks into the balances of power, and you couldn't have a more appropriate message to send, especially when you're taking a look at what has been going on in politics, especially in America, for the last decade or so. It's just because of the acting and the fact that this story, while it is simple, was really stretched as far as it could go. It got a little bit long-winded, it got a little bit dull and a little bit boring for me, but at the same time, I still appreciated the message that the film was trying to send. I just feel that it could have been done a little bit better. But you know what really makes me happy? It's the fact that movies like these were being made such a long time ago and really shaping the way that films are made at this point in time, especially when it comes to award-winning dramas. I feel that this is definitely a staple in Hollywood, and I feel that it is a movie that everybody should see at least once. I mean, heck, if you love it, go out and buy it, watch it millions and millions of times. I'm sure that it is definitely a movie that many out there will find very relatable and very enjoyable. But for me, not so much. I will definitely be happy to say that I enjoyed the fact that I saw it. It was an honor to watch it, but I just don't see myself watching it multiple times or adding it to my collection. Maybe I will watch it again somewhere down the line, but for now, I'm going to give Mr. Smith Goes to Washington 2.5 out of 4. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please put your comments in the box below, and let's have a discussion on Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. And I will see you next month when we do the final Throwback Day, as well as a list of what is coming in the Throwback series for 2017. And I will see you in the next one. Actions speak louder than words.